Today I'm going to share a free tool with you that I've been using to generate a lot more sales over on Poshmark. Now, if you're not too familiar with Poshmark, it is a lot different than these other selling platforms, only because you have to be a lot more active on Poshmark. For instance, on eBay and Mercari, you can kind of just post your listing up and kind of sit there and wait for it to sell. But on Poshmark, you have to be a lot more active. You have to not only share your own listings to your followers, you also have to engage with your followers. You have to share their listings as well. So there's a lot more that goes into it on Poshmark. Here's what Poshmark has to say about sharing your items and boosting your listings as well. So I won't go through the whole thing, but I'll just kind of highlight some of the things here. So sharing is a key component to boosting listing discoverability in search results. So basically you have to be constantly sharing your listings on a daily basis to get them up in the search results and to help them get discovered more easily. So you can do self-shares, which is basically, like I said, sharing your own items in your closet. You also want to be listing your items in Posh parties. These are parties that other people are having. You can go ahead and share your listing in there for everybody to see. And then there's also community shares, which is basically just sharing the listings of your followers. So something tough about Poshmark is this is something you're going to want to do on a regular basis in order to get sales. So you can see how time consuming this is to not only share your own listings, but to share the listings of your followers. You constantly want to be adding people, following people. So this is a lot of work. This is why I think a lot of people avoid Poshmark. There is a manual way of doing it, but I'm going to show you the tool that I use that's fully automated. I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. And I do got to say, in just about a week of using this tool, I've already generated probably 9 or 10 sales in the last couple of days. Now there is one drawback to this tool, which is not a huge deal, but I will touch on that as well. So let's go ahead inside. I'll show you on my computer the exact process that I use, and I'll also show you the type of numbers I've been generating as well. So first, you're going to want to make sure you're using Chrome. It's not going to work on Safari or any other browser. So open up Chrome, go to joinflyp.com. You're just going to go ahead and install it. You just got to download the extension for Chrome. It's pretty easy to get set up. It only takes a couple of minutes. And once you're in and all set up, we're going to go to the Share tab. There's a couple different tabs here. We're going to start with the Share tab. So they have 3 different options here. You can share either just once, you can share continuous, or you can share on a scheduled basis. So on the just once, this is going to be more of like the manual process. Here you can choose how many items you want to share, or you can go ahead and just click share all to share your whole closet. You can randomize, keep the current order of your closet, or switch the order. I just usually leave it as randomized, but it doesn't really matter. Sharing speed, you can go fast or slow. It doesn't make too big of a difference. I just leave that on fast. Then if you want to go ahead and share to a party, you're going to go ahead and click on this, and then you go ahead and click start. Again, this is a one-time thing, so you have to go in here and do it every time you want to share your closet. So this is not the best option to do. And then we have continuous. Here you can choose how many times a day you want to share your closet, and then you choose a time interval between each share. So by default, it's 30 to 60 minutes between each share. Here again, we have all the same options as a just once tab. I just leave share all selected, randomize, and the sharing speed fast. Again, if you want to share to a party, go ahead and click here, hit start, and then it's going to go ahead and share how many times you chose up here. And then I think the best option is scheduled. So this is pretty much the same as continuous, but here you can select how many times you want to share, and you can choose the exact times that you want to share. So I start at 10 a.m. and I go all the way until 7 p.m. So once an hour, it's going to go ahead and share my entire closet. Again, at the bottom, we have all the same options. Go ahead and click start. Here you can see that the schedule is in progress. It's going to go ahead and start scheduling out your listings on the time slots that you chose. If you go to your activity log, you can see everything that's going on here. You can see all the shares that it's been doing for each of your items. And then we're going to head over to the auto offers tab. This is the one I like the most. So this is going to send the offer to every new liker on any of your items. So you can choose after how many minutes this sends out an offer. I like to put 5 minutes because after they like it, it gives them enough time to browse your closet or to add any of your items to a bundle. So I just leave that at 5 minutes. Here you can choose how much of a discount you want to go ahead and give to your likers. I leave mine at 10% off each item. Also on Poshmark, you do have to choose a discounted shipping as part of your offer. So you can choose free, $4.99 or $5.95 as a discount. And then you can choose if you want to make a minimum amount, or you can go ahead and choose the minimum amount of earning you want to make per listing. So I choose $5 minimum. So if any of the offers fall below the $5 range, it's not going to send out an offer to your likers. You can also do it by price as well, but I just go ahead and leave it on earnings. And then if you want to exclude any items, you can go ahead and choose that here. So for instance, if you just added some new listings today and you don't want any offers going out to likers, you can go ahead and exclude any listings here. And then you're going to go ahead and click start, and it's going to track the progress here. So this is going to automatically send out offers to any new likers on any of your items. This is going to be the biggest part in generating more sales on Poshmark. And then we have the bulk offers tab. This is also a really good feature if you want to do like a sale or just do a bulk offer to your entire closet. So one thing I got to say here is on Poshmark, you can only send an offer of a certain price to a liker one time. So for instance, if I have an item listed for $10 and I send an offer at 10% off, that's going to be $1 off. So they're going to get a sales price of $9. So next time you send them an offer, it has to be below $9. So you can't keep sending multiple offers at $9. It has to constantly go under 10%. That only applies to likers that you already sent offers to. Obviously, new likers still get that 10% off. So you're going to go to your auto offers. I selected 10%. So if you want to send an offer to a previous liker, it's going to have to be 10% above that 10%. So you're going to have to go to 20% in order to reach the previous likers. And then again, you have to choose a discounted shipping. And then all the other options on the bottom here are the same. And then go ahead and hit start. This is a one-time thing. So anytime you want to send bulk offers, you have to go in here manually and go ahead and do that. And then we have the follow tab. This is really important to reaching new followers and getting people to follow your closet as well. I actually run this multiple times a day just to go ahead and build up my following. So here you can choose how many people you want to follow from that certain user. So what you do is go to Poshmark. You go ahead and search here in the search bar. What I usually do is I search for items that I have a lot of in my closet. So we do a lot of plush. So I'm going to search for plush here. Go ahead and find someone here. Click on their profile. You want to make sure they have a lot of followers and they're pretty active. Go ahead and copy their entire username. Go back to Flyp. You're going to paste their name here. It's going to follow 100 people from their profile, and the max is 1,000 users. I think that's a little too much, so I just leave it at 100. It's gonna follow 40 fresh closet users. So these are people that just freshly listed items in their closet. It's gonna follow 40 brand new people to Poshmark. And in order to control the amount of people that you follow, I go ahead and select 800 people to unfollow daily, so you don't end up following way too many people. Go ahead and click start, and it's gonna start that process there. If you head over to the activity log, you can see here that it's executing the auto follow. So you just let that work in the background, and it's going to go ahead and start following the amount of people that you put on the previous tab. So another one of the most important features here on Flyp is going to be the community share feature. You want to constantly be returning follows and shares. So anytime someone follows you, you want to follow them back. And anytime they share something from your closet, you want to go ahead and return the favor and share from their closet as well. So obviously doing that manually takes way too much time. So that's where the community share tab comes into play. So we're going to go in here and you're going to see activities to return. We're going to go ahead and return shares and follows. So that means right here, we're going to go ahead and share 10 items from every person's closet that shares one of our listings. I do this once a day at the end of the day. I go ahead and click on today's date. I do it for 24 hours. I go ahead and click start. This is going to take a while because it's going to follow everybody back that followed me, and it's going to share 10 items from each of their closets. Usually this is a couple thousand items by the time the whole process finishes. And obviously if you were to share a couple thousand items manually, that can easily take you all day. And then here in the connection tab, you want to make sure you're always connected to Poshmark and the extension is installed. In order for it to stay connected, you do have to leave Poshmark open in a tab, and you have to leave the Flyp tab open as well. And then here in the activity log, I just want to show you how much activity I've been having from just using these features here. So just today so far, I have 2,570 shares. Those are items that we shared back from people's closets. You can see so far today, just on autopilot, we sent out 28 offers, and I didn't have to do anything manually. This is just running all in the background. And so far we followed 165 profiles today using that follow tab. And obviously the most important of these is the offers that are getting sent out throughout the day. And you can see here on the mobile app the amount of offers that are getting sent out without me having to do anything. So you can see how helpful this tool is to have all this stuff just on autopilot, so there's not much manual work you have to do on Poshmark. So the one drawback is that you do have to have your laptop or your computer open throughout the whole day. So you have to turn any screensavers or energy savers or any of that off. You have to make sure you keep the Flyp app and Poshmark open on a tab on your computer. So what I usually do is I leave it charging. I leave my laptop charging during the day. I keep it open somewhere on the side of the room. Usually I'll leave it on all night, but in some instances where I can't, I'll just go ahead and close the computer. In the morning, I'll go ahead and open it up. I'll just refresh everything and just have it go throughout the day. So I don't always leave it on all night. But that is the only drawback. Again, it's not a huge issue, but that is just one thing that you have to think about and be aware of when you're using the Flyp tool. But the huge advantage, obviously, it is a free tool. It's probably more limited than the other tools out there that you got to pay for. I haven't used those myself, so I can't really speak on those. But as far as a free platform, I've been having some really good success on this one. So if you're not currently listing on Poshmark, I highly suggest doing it. Even if you are on Poshmark and you're like me before I found this tool, where you just kind of uploaded it to Poshmark and let it sit there, you're gonna be highly limited to the amount of sales you do on the platform. So I highly recommend either getting this free tool or just using any other tool that does this for you. But go ahead and use this tool. Let me know how it works for you. Let me know if it starts generating more sales in your Poshmark account. But that's gonna do it for today's video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.